Sri Chaitanya Chandramrta, the nectar moon of Sri Chaitanya. Chapter 10. Avatar Mahima. Glorification of Lord Chaitanya's incarnation. 110. Now that Lord Gaur has descended to this world, the waves of the holy names of Lord Krishna are suddenly flooding this planet, and the hearts of the sinful conditioned souls, which were as hard as thunderbolts, have now become as soft as butter. Let me take shelter of that Lord Gaur. 111. Now that Lord Caitanya, his heart filled with mercy, has descended to this world, those living entities who had formerly never practiced yoga, meditated, chanted mantras, performed austerities, followed various Vedic restrictions, studied the Vedas, performed spiritual activities, or refrained from sins, have become able to easily plunder the crest jewel of all goals of life. 112. Now that wonderfully powerful Lord Caitanya has descended to this world, the materialists who had fallen into the raging river of fruitive deeds have been rescued and are situated on the firm ground. Even the great boulders have melted, and even those whose hearts were fixed in non-devotional yoga are dancing in the ecstasy of love of Krishna. 113. Now that the moon of Lord Chaitanya Chandra has revealed the path of pure devotional service, the materialists have given up talking about their wives, children, and material affairs. The scholars have given up debating the scriptures. The yogis have given up the trouble to control the breath. The ascetics have given up their austerity, and the impersonalists have given up impersonalism. Now there is only the sweetness of pure devotional service. Now nothing else is sweet. 114. In every home there is a tumult of Hari Sankirtan. On every body are tears, hair standing erect, and other symptoms of ecstasy. In every heart is the most exalted and sweet spiritual path that leads far from the path of the four Vedas. All this has appeared now that Lord Gaur has descended to this earth. 115. The whole world is now suddenly flooded by the nectar waters of the ocean of pure love of Krishna. Now there is suddenly a great wonder of symptoms of ecstatic love never seen or heard of before. All this has suddenly appeared now that Lord Krishna has descended in a form as splendid as gold. 116. In the past, many scholars became extremely proud, thinking themselves the omniscient masters of all scripture, and many others thought that they had become perfect by performing austerities or fruitive work. Sometimes, with an impure heart, someone would twice or thrice chant the holy names of Lord Hari. That was the past. Now that the moon of Lord Gaurachandra has risen, everyone has attained pure love for Lord Krishna. 117. Now that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose lotus feet the demigods aspire to serve, and who bears the name Chaitanya, has descended to this world, the very sweet nectar waves of pure love of Krishna are flooding the entire world. Who is a child now? Who is an old man? Who is a fool? Who is a woman? Who is fallen and unfortunate? Everyone has attained the same identity. Everyone has attained the same sweet nectar continually tasted by those devotees to Lord Hari's feet. 118. Now that Lord Gaurachandra, the master of the nectar mellows of transcendental love, has descended to this earth. Shiva, Narada, all the demigods, Lakshmi Devi, Lord Balaram, the Vishnu dynasty, and the Gopas and Gopis of Vraja have all taken birth here. 119. Now that the golden-complexioned Lord is distributing pure love of Krishna in this world, his servants, friends, and charming gopi lovers have all come to his lotus feet. They have now attained a priceless treasure of pure love of Krishna, more valuable than anything they had possessed before. 120. Everywhere saintly men and women are laughing, the stone-like hearts of the materialists are melting, and the unlettered are eclipsing a host of learned atheist scholars. This is happening now that the most wonderful and glorious Sri Chaitanya has descended to this earth. 121. Formerly, the intelligence of even the greatest scholars was blunted and crippled. But now that Lord Caitanya Chandra has mercifully descended to this world, who has not attained the most deep, exalted, splendid, and sweet devotion to Lord Krishna? 122. Because they are very difficult to understand, Sukadeva Goswami had only briefly hinted at the sweet, amorous pastimes of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna in his description of the rasa dance in Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, Lord Hari has descended to this world in a golden form to reveal the truth of these pastimes. 123. Some, headed by Uddhava, have attained the Lord's service. Others have attained a glorious position like that of Sridham. Others have become lotus-eyed girls in Vraj, and other very fortunate and intelligent persons have attained the lotus feet of Sri Radha. By the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 124. In the past, when even the greatest philosophers presented a host of arguments to support their mutually conflicting views, no one could be certain that any one view was correct. But now that the unlimited, splendid, and powerful moon of Lord Gaurachandra has arisen, who is not certain that pure devotion to Lord Hari is the ultimate meaning and purpose of the Vedas? 125. Let me meditate on the wonderful splendor of the Chandramani jewels of Lord Gaurachandra's toenails. That splendor is now drowning the entire universe in the sweet nectar ocean of pure love of Krishna. 126. Although in the past many very pious and religious persons attained the great success of entering Vaikuntha Loka, until the advent of Lord Chaitanya Chandra, the world had never been flooded in this way with pure love of Krishna. 127. Even though a person may faithfully perform pious acts or render incomparable service to Lord Vishnu, his heart may still remain as hard as iron. Still, by Lord Gauranga's mercy, even a person more sinful than a cow killer may flood the universe with a stream of tears of pure love for Lord Krishna. Oh, when this happens, who can measure the intense happiness felt by golden Lord Gauranga? 128. Sometimes, assuming the role of Lord Krishna, he dances with many graceful motions. Sometimes, filled with Radha's love, he calls out, "Alas, alas, alas." Sometimes he becomes like a crawling infant, and sometimes he becomes like a cowherd boy. In this way, the profoundly glorious Lord Gaur astonishes the entire world. 129. A form of molten gold delights my heart. On the shore of the saltwater ocean, that golden form plunges the entire world into the very sweet pastimes of Lord Krishna, who is the nectar ocean of love for the young gopis. Even in his childhood pastimes, that golden form enchants the entire world. 130. On the pathways of whose ears had the wonderful words, pure love of Krishna, entered? Who had known the glories of the holy name? Who had entered the great sweetness of the forest of Vrindavan? Who had understood Sri Radha? Who is filled with the most wonderful sweetness of the nectar of pure love for Krishna? It is only Lord Caitanya Chandra who has mercifully revealed all this. Chapter 11. Sri Gaur Rupalasa Rityadi. Lord Chaitanya's splendid transcendental form and ecstatic dancing. 131. Glorified by Shiva, Brahma, Vyas, and all the other demigods and sages, filling the universe with millions of golden rays of light from his transcendental limbs, tossed about in the waves of the nectar ocean of pure love of Krishna, and displaying a form that enchants the entire world and cannot be understood even by millions of Vedic literatures, the wonderful Supreme Personality of Godhead now dances on the shore of the saltwater ocean. 132. Who is the golden-complexioned form wearing a loincloth on his hips, bracelets on his wrists, a necklace about his chest, earrings on his ears, bells on his ankles, and a garland of jasmine flowers in his bound-up hair, and who enjoys many transcendental pastimes, chanting his own holy names and dancing? 133. The demigods sounded Dundubi drums. The Gandharvas and the Siddhas covered the earth with a continual shower of flowers, and the sages affectionately recited eloquent prayers as Lord Gaurachandra, maddened with pure love of Krishna, enthusiastically danced in this world. 134. One moment he laughs, the next moment he cries, the next moment he faints, the next moment he rolls on the ground, the next moment he runs, the next moment he dances, the next moment he sighs, the next moment he loudly calls out, "Alas, alas!" In this way, plunged in the nectar ocean of ecstatic love for Lord Krishna, golden-complexioned Lord Hari enjoys transcendental pastimes. 135. Staying by the shore of the saltwater ocean, muddying the ground with streams of tears, placing his cheeks, as white as Vadra berries, in his hands, dressed in wonderful saffron garments, and his complexion now golden, Lord Hari now displays his pure love for Sri Radha's lotus feet. 136. Who is this divine person, filling the directions with the sound of his feet, muddying the ground with his tears, and whitening the sky with his loud laughter? His handsome broad hips covered with a saffron garment, and his form as splendid as the moon, jubilantly dancing in a flower garden by the shore of the saltwater ocean. Chapter 12. Sochika, a lament. 137. Will Lord Caitanya Chandra, whose transcendental form was never described by the Upanishads, the crest jewels of the Vedas, whose very sweet path could not be approached by Shiva, Brahma, Lakshmi, or the other demigods, and who intoxicated the world with the nectar of love for Lord Hari, come within the range of my words or thoughts? 138. Somewhere people are indifferent to material activities. Somewhere people chant mantras and practice austerities and yoga. Somewhere people are engaged in devotional service mixed with jnana. And somewhere the splendid path of pure devotional service is present, in name only. Oh, Lord Caitanya, where have you gone? I do not anywhere see the path of pure devotional service. 139. When golden Lord Hari appeared in this world, his glory flooded the world with the nectar of pure love of Krishna. And there was tumultuous chanting of the holy names of Lord Hari. Oh, will that sweet time ever come again? 140. The fortunate town of Navadvip remains on the earth. The seashore remains. The city of Jagannath Puri remains. The holy names of Lord Krishna remain. Alas, alas, I do not see anywhere the same kind of festival of pure love for Lord Hari. Oh, Lord Caitanya, O ocean of mercy, will I ever see your transcendental glory again? 141. If someone says that Lord Caitanya is an Amsa avatar like Lord Matsya, or if not that, then a Leela avatar or a Shaktavesha avatar, then he does not understand the actual glory of Lord Caitanya, the original personality of Godhead, who is full of all perfect and incomparable potencies and wonderful pastimes. 142. The transcendental opulences of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu astonishes Brahma, Shiva, and all the demigods. I pray that when Lord Caitanya hears the words of this foolish child, he will become kind to me. 143. I have not learned from many saintly spiritual masters, and I have not carefully studied the scriptures with many learned scholars. Although I speak like a child, I pray that Lord Hari will be pleased with me.